Hi there. I wanted to show you how to use GeoGebra to look up these t-distribution stuff like the TCDF. So what I'm going to do is I'm in geogebra.org and I opened up the classic view, but any of them are fine. And after I open it, I'm going to choose this option here for probability. Let me go ahead and click that. And now from here, the default is normal distribution. So in this drop-down menu, I'm going to change it so it says student. That's for like the student t distribution. In that first blank, you have the degree of freedom. So let's try this one out here. Finding the t-score of 2.31 or more if the degree of freedom is 15. So I'm going to change that df to 15. Now you've got a couple different options, and if you hover over these, it tells you what it's doing. This one on the far left shades to the left. This one on the far right shades to the right. And then these two either shade in the center or those two outside tails. In this case, I'm looking at more, so that's shaded to the right. So I choose appropriately enough the button on the right. And I type that t-score on the inside here of 2.31. And when I do this, it spits out a probability here of 0.0178. For this next one, it's looking at less than or equal to negative 1.5 for my t-score with an n of 30. Well, if my n is 31, then my degree of freedom would be 1 minus that, or 30. So inside of GeoGebra here, changing that df to 30. I want less, so that's shaded left button for left. And then my t-score is negative 1.5. So I'm going to pop that in there. And then boom, spits out that probability right there, 0.072. I like that about GeoGebra. If I want to shade to the left, I click the button on the left. If I want to shade to the right, I click the button on the right. There's something kind of fun about that. For this last one, it's looking at the probability between negative 1.96 and positive 1.96. The n is 10,000. So my degree of freedom would be one less than that, 9,999. I might want to double count my nines when I type this into GeoGebra here. So I've got 9,999. And you may notice that GeoGebra starts to get a little bit slower as it goes there. That's okay. I want it to be between two values here. So between negative 1.96 and positive 1.96. And even if my picture gets a little bit wonky there, I'm not even seeing the picture. It does still give me the probability though. So even for really large degrees of freedom, if it seems like GeoGebra is not working, it is still working. I've got 95% there at the bottom for that probability. So again, the way that I got to this was I went to geogebra.org. I chose classic. I open up the option for probability. And then where it says normal, I'm choosing student distribution. And this will give me the areas to the left, right, two tails are in the center. It does all of that right here. Type in your degree of freedom and you should be good to go. Hope you find that helpful. I'm here if you have questions.